Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. You already know today we're going to be reacting to some more strange TikToks. You're going to want to make sure you stick around to the end so you don't miss anything. If you're new here and you want to show some support, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, stuff like that. Click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And yeah, things are about to get weird. Let's get right to the video.
We have to be in some sort of new reality because these flies are diabolical, bro. How do they know when you're going to open the door? And as soon as you open the door, like 5 of them fly in.
Right.
And now you got to spend precious time to unalive these things. And speaking of unaliving flies, I've been killing flies my whole life. They bleed red. These flies in this reality, white cyborg juice comes out of them. These flies are something else, man. And all this talk about familiars and these drone birds, don't get me started on these gnats, man. These gnats are super gnats.
They spawn out of
This
nowhere.
reality has got some other shit going on in it, and I need some answers.
These motherfuckers beat aliens, yo. Look at this shit. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at his fucking face. Look, he know he fucked up. Look,
he's trying to blink it off.
Look. Watch this shit. Watch him get to blinking.
I know you're not suggesting he was as good as Josh Allen last year.
In his eyes.
I know you're not saying that. I think it gets lost. He was better played at spots. I agree. If you watched it, the circumstances were horrific last year. I'm not suggesting he was great.
Yo.
I'm suggesting he was.
What the fuck, yo?
At this moment in time, he
Is it while his eyes were closed?
That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely never drink a Monster again. Ever.
Nah. I quit drinking them
Just
like
fluorescent.
5 months ago.
Yo.
You know what this reminds me of right here? You guys remember in Harry Potter when they're walking down the street and they have that little thing that they use to take the light out of the street lamps? That's what that looks like. In the video, they thought this was a UAP, but I think it's from that bedroom light. I don't know how we were able to see it or if that's even what it is, but let me know what you guys think it is.
Look at him. Hi guys, I'm Siv, and look what I've just found. I'm on my travels, travelling around the world, looking for new things. And first of all, let's just appreciate this sunset. Look how beautiful that is. And along my travels, guys, I've spotted a little gem, and this is going to amaze you. Let's go. So, take a walk over here. Now look at this guy. I'll get it right angle so you can see. Look
Yep.
at him. Look at him there, he's staring at us.
Really all over the
Absolutely
place.
Stunning, beautiful. This is sandbank there. Watching the sunset.
Can someone explain to me why Walmart is selling a dress for $1,000? Specifically, a little girl's dress. What's interesting though is you can only find these dresses if you look up the shop JUSLIO. As you can see, it is only little girl dresses. When they start to show women's dresses, they're normal price that you would expect at Walmart. So what's the deal? I wanted to see if these dresses would pop up on their own, so I just typed in girl dress and marked it price high to low. And this is the highest price dress that they're showing me, $42. The details on the dresses marked $1,000 say this. Multiple times they state that if you have any issues, they will solve your problem for you. But if I look at a different dress, the details on it are just normal. The dresses marked $1,000 are this company's. So what's interesting is when I looked at this address and I typed it into Walmart, a different company popped up. Super generic, nothing to it. I'm just curious, when have you ever seen an item of clothing marked $1,000 in Walmart? When have you seen that? I just think it's interesting that you have to know what to search to be able to even see these items. It's like it's something else or something. What do you think, though? Follow me for more.
That's steam? I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
You hear that? That don't sound good.
What in the... It's not like an acid ball watermelon.
I thought the crock pot was leaking. Excuse me? What is happening?
What the heck is going on with this watermelon? Oh my God. Mike. What in the world? Don't eat it. Don't eat it. You're not supposed to do that. No.
This is so disgusting. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I don't even buy these seedless watermelons. I go to Sprouts, get a seedless watermelon. Look at this.
Are you seeing this? Look at this.
That one is huge.
That's newsworthy.
What are they putting in them to make them that big?
There's a straight up caterpillar in my Chipotle. Chipotle. Live caterpillar.
Okay, so what we have here is June the 14th of 2025. And I guess earlier today, around about 1 p.m., it was like this huge lightning that had happened. And over 50 birds fell out the sky. They all in people's yards. They on top of the houses, as you can see in the videos. And we just trying to figure out like what could have really caused pelicans, which usually be around water, to fall out the sky in a neighborhood that's nowhere near water. So if anyone have any ideas of where to make these birds fall out the sky like this, please comment below, because I did Google and I did see that this happened all the time due to lightning. And I just need someone to explain this to me. And no, this is not my house. It's not my neighborhood. It was on someone live that lived locally in Mobile, Alabama. So comment below
How did
and
it get so
explain to
many
me,
at one
please.
time?
Watch this, y'all. You're not going to believe this. Okay, you see there's nothing there, right? Nothing there. You see how they are responding to my vibration? They will line up right in front of me, watch. They really are. Literally, I can go to the whole other side of the lake and they will find me. Watch. They're following me right now. See? Watch as I move how they will come with me. You see, they're finding me. It's not that they are finding me, it's they're finding my vibration. Okay? They have gathered at this end. Now watch me walk to the other end and they will come with me. Do you see them swimming to find me? They're coming this way to me. Isn't this extraordinary? To me, it just says your blessings will follow you. They want you. They want to find you. They will not leave you.
Squirting. Look at this shit. Oh! What the funky? It's a shit storm.
Whoever's house that is, I bet they're mad.
Shit out through the bitch. Oh, that ain't funny. Oh, it's coming out the side of their. Bike buster in front of their crib. Shit everywhere. Cause they was working on that too that night. I remember coming back from that.
Yo, I asked AI a question and boy, this ain't the response I expected. I said, can you create an image of what it feels like to talk to me every day from your perspective? Be brutally honest. And look at this.
It's going crazy.
This is an image of a man inside of a computer who is overstimulated, and on the walls it has everything from my fishing stuff like my lures and logs of my catches, to my relationship with my daughter, to my side hustle, to a kid's YouTube channel, stock trading, real estate, facility maintenance, even ideas I've asked it about my job. Does this look like a happy AI? Creepy.
Yeah, I guess this is an old video, but I've never seen it before. And if it's AI, they did good with it. Look like the tracks. This video had me thinking, what if this is how they move around to manipulate our reality? They literally move through the power lines. Because they got to be able to get to your TV, and pretty much everything else that's electronic. What if that's what they're using to move around everywhere?
If not thousands of old world locations. We've proved this, we've shown this, that this is not a once-off. The dams are 100% weapons against the old world structures. We've proven that, and it's been shown to a lot of people. And we will continue to do that, but today I want to show that the dam itself is extremely powerful. It is there, and there are things going on inside the complex, within the walls. It has bizarre symbolism. They held a weird ceremony with the president even giving a speech, timing it all up to match with the stars at 8:56 p.m. This is not random. They know something. They have knowledge, and this is what they did. Before we go further, the possibilities of this place that we all live are endless. I'm not going to restrict the research to things that we can without a doubt prove. I'm going to continue to ask questions, and I'm going to continue to dig deeper, because this is when we find things. We all have to ask questions, like, what would the government need that much power for? Why are there buildings, places inside this dam that are restricted to even the workers? Why was there a weird ceremony at the dam? Why are there two winged figures sitting outside with Thuban written on the ground? Thuban, meaning snake or serpent. And we all know that serpent represents hidden knowledge. We have a compass on the ground and a location of possible sacrifice to turn the machine on. If they were just constructing a dam, none of this would be going on. They would just build the dam. They would never set the dam to a symbolic circle that denotes the 25,772-year cycle. Again, a dam doesn't need Thuban, the serpent star, written on the floor in front of it. They were aligning this machine perfectly, using the earth as its power source. There's something inside there, and I want to know what it is. An old world technology, something that would blow every single person in the world's mind in a second. This is an old world technology hiding in plain sight. And we know this because we know that a machine needs a source of energy. And you can see how powerful this technology is, just based on the amount of power intake this thing has. 2.5 to 3.5 trillion gallons of water a year. It is a machine. And who owns it? The dam pumps out 4 billion kilowatt hours a year. Sure. It lights up 1.3 million homes, but 4 billion kilowatt hours a year is enough energy to run an entire country. That's 456 megawatts of raw power. This is enough power to run over 6 CERN colliders. This is not just for Vegas. This is not to run the casino lights. And according to the Bureau of Reclamation, usbr.gov, this government page documented and telling all of us that there are more than 3 miles of tunnels, all a part of the Hoover Dam's construction site. And this is what they're telling us. The site remains off limits to the public today. 3 miles. Do you think there's more? The Hoover Dam, in my opinion, is splitting dimensions, and they have been doing this for years. And I don't believe that this is the only one in the world. Not even close. And we're just getting started. I cannot wait to share what we found next.
I don't know what this is, but they seem to like the signal of the Wi-Fi to Starlink.
They're all just going right at the satellite?
Sure you want to do this? Yeah, fuck that shit. Go ahead.
You guys really think this dude has a clone?
We got the same kind of tools, same hair, same genetic structure.
Say this again. Kid Boo. With Kid Boo. I don't get it. Somebody explain this to me. How is Kid Boo sitting with himself on his own couch, on a live, telling himself that he's about to go viral? I don't understand. They've got the same hair. They've got the same tattoos. He even says that they've got the same genetic structure. Somebody help me understand this, because I cannot understand it whatsoever. So if you can help me understand it, let me know. Oh, and if you're still not following me yet, what the flippin' heck have you been doing? Don't forget to like, repost, and drop me a follow.
I want you guys to have a look at this and then tell me if you think that this was cut using modern machinery and technology. These stones have been cut and tuned to resonate certain frequencies. Now have a listen here.
Ooh, I like that one.
These are called the Sardinia soundstones found in Italy. Apparently, all these were done by this man, Pinocchio Sciola. But I don't know, my intuition is telling me something else is going on here. What do you guys think about this? Very interesting.
This is me at the airport. Look how many chip people there are.
Does anybody know what app this is?
If anyone
Like,
wants to
showing
count
the
them, you
connection
can.
and everything.
I don't got time. It looks like at least 100. I say more than 100. It's actually ridiculous how many there are. Oh look, that one's got a real strong signal. Jeez, bro. Well, there it is. Enjoy.
Ghislaine Maxwell said in court that she was a citizen of Terramar because she didn't want to say that she was a citizen of the United States. Because when you say that you're a citizen of the United States, you are not a free person. My first video on the Terramar project got taken down, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to make a series on this. And then today, I got back at it. I got back on my feet. And one of the first things I learned was the difference between being an American national and being a citizen of the United States. A citizen of the United States means that you are basically an employee to the U.S. corporation. Everybody's saying that our constitutional rights are being violated and all of these things. We don't have the constitutional rights that we all think we have. Because since 1871, when Washington, D.C. came into play, we all became citizens of the United States. So when you go to court and you say that you are a citizen of the United States, there are things that can be done to you in court that would not be allowed if you were an American national. As an American national, you have a different Bill of Rights, you have a different constitution, and they look almost identical, but there are some word changes in there. And if you put S in front of word, it spells sword. We are being played by words. Our freedom has been taken by words. When you go to apply for a passport, there are 2 different passport slips. One of them, which I'm going to be doing this pretty soon, is that actually immediately, as soon as possible. One passport slip is for if you no longer wish to be a part of the corporation of the United States, this is what you need to fill out. And once you're approved and given that passport, then you become an American national, a free person. My series is back on. My series is back on. I can't wait.
Bonnie Blue? Is she really Benny Blue? Not even kidding, man. This is the rumor that's going around, okay? That, yes, she used to be
Looks like
him,
her.
and now she's her. No joke, not even kidding. How is it that the Matrix writers and creators they're now known as Lily and Lena? No
That's
joke.
them?
Wachowski is their last name. Wachowski. Yes, they were dudes. I guess after writing the Matrix, it like did something to their brain or something, and they decided they wanted to be their true selves, which, you know, I respect wholeheartedly. What about Austin Powers, though, man? Whenever he's like hanging on the Dr. Evil and he's about to fall. He's like about to fall, dude. And look right here, man. Look, that's a Diddy tattoo that was on. Yes, no joke, man. So why would that Diddy tattoo be right there? What would cause him to put it there? And wasn't Mike Myers actually brought up in the court case with P. Diddy, the trial actually here very recently, and allegedly he worked for special type of agency. But that's all I just, you know, it's all fun and games, you know what I'm saying? It's all alleged, it's all satire, joke, comedy, yeah, bye.
As a Palestinian, I will not support just anyone who is on any side specifically, even if they say free Palestine. Let me show you exactly what an implant is.
How dare you!
You see here one eye, it symbolizes the all-seeing eye. It's also showing the left eye, which means that they are sacrificing a part of themselves for fame or something in the external. And you'll also see here, Saturn, not Saturday, it's Saturn. They worship Saturn in this society as well. Another quick insight into what they do. The letter G on the top corner there is the 7th letter. There are 7 rings around Saturn. Now in the corner you would have seen in that same image, the time is now. Saturn rules time, especially the time that they've thrown you into as a spell. Then you see here page 16, 167. The left eye being shown again is symbolism of submission to someone behind the scenes controlling the narrative and every single thing that this character implant says.
How dare you!
The numerology of this person's name comes out to 11. This is symbolism and the fact that they have been using duality against you for a long time. Speaking like someone of the light, speaking like someone who has your best interest in the freedom of the world, but actually it's just another dark energy there. That's the duality in it.
Wait until you find out what Australia really is. Now, let's TikTok about it. Before I get started, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. If you've been following me, you know that I showed you that Africa is a skull. I believe it's Moana. And I've also shown you that Hawaii is a rooster. And now I'm showing you that Australia was her pet pig, Pua. Check this out. But if you look, you can see the snout. You can see the head.
It does look like a pig.
This is where the ear goes. I've already mapped this out for you, okay? Around to the tail. I'm going to show you the curl on the tail, all right? The tail comes here. Look at it. Right there. The tail curled around and come back. All right? That is the curly tail on the pig right there. There's the rump. Around to the legs. Now check this out. Right here around the snout area, I want you to look right there. What do you see? What do you see?
Looks like an eye to me.
Right there. What do you see? Can you not see the eye? And the brow area over the eye? Right there beside the snout.
I hope by now you at least know what this part of their logo is, right? You know what it actually is. Well, have you ever wondered about this part? Because I think I figured it out. And well, some of you aren't ready for it. You see, whether you realize it or not, there is most certainly an ice wall that surrounds and contains all of the water in this known realm. And not only have there been pictures taken of it and videos from the actual Navy, this is Navy footage, but there are maps, many, many maps, like this map from 1892 that depicts a certain white circular thing going all the way around all the continents, holding in all the water. And remember, I said maps. This is just one from 1892. Here's a much more recent one from 1944 that actual American School of Air used to use as their flight school map. Now, NASA didn't come around till 1958, so you can imagine why they might still have these maps as recently as 1944. But let's go back in time to 1587, where the ice wall wasn't frozen. And it's still depicted here, beautifully mapped out with all the known continents and that ice wall. But I want to show you something very, very specific about this now warm climate ice wall and what they depicted in it back in 1587. Let's take a look right here. See anything? Well, what if we take a different angle of that map? Now, do you see anything? And just to further show that this is what it is, the placement of the head seems to be almost exact in their circle. And while they love to tell us the truth in plain sight, because they just couldn't help themselves on this little logo. And there even happens to be a new show coming out with a very similar thing. And well, personally, I think there's a reason more than any of us know why the devil is called the Great Dragon, the old serpent called the devil and Satan. He was hurled to the earth and his angels with him. Well, I think there's a chance he was hurled to the earth in a time prior to the Bible, a time where he became part of the earth. Because while I am a huge believer in the Bible, I am also a big believer that there was a time before the Bible was written, and even a time here on earth before the Bible was written. And I don't just say this for my own thoughts, but from things that I have found in the earth that are only explainable through a time existing prior to the Bible being written. And this book does such an amazing job of tying in real science and scripture to prove that this is more than likely the case. You see, like I said, I'm a big believer in the Bible, but that doesn't mean that it isn't just the story of our current world and our current situation here on earth. There could have been history pre-Bible. Now just look at what Africa looks like and tell me there's not a chance that that wasn't a dragon head. Down to its eye and mouth, and there's even cranial scarring here, which I have seen from a TT creator that does a great job on it. And remember what this book is called, We Walk Upon Dragons, some of which I have found on my very own. This is the size of a state in the West Coast. And I know I've shown this one before. It's a literal dragon head spewing its probably stomach acid that extends to the East Coast. Here's Florida down here. Now I want to show you one more thing. And I want you to keep in mind, I am a believer in Scripture and in the Bible. And I found this book at a bookstore in my local town, and I want to show you something that it shows. Now keep in mind, this is a book on commentary of the Bible, and it talks about the Babylonian account of creation, talking about what creation said from these tablets that they supposedly found. Now bear with me as I try to read this. According to it, all things were produced at first from Tiamat, a personification of the primeval chaos represented by a huge dragon. The gods came into being a long succession, but at length enmity rose between them and Tiamat, who created monsters to oppose them. Merodach, a solar deity known also as Bel, and regarded as the supreme god and patron deity of Babylon, was chosen the champion of the gods. He vanquished Tiamat, cut her body in two, with one half of it made a firmament supporting the upper waters in the sky. So they're literally talking about a dragon being cut in two and used as the firmament. The firmament that all Freemasons and flat earthers and biblical cosmologists know exists. The firmament that stretches down to the ground. The firmament that is now frozen, but used to look much, much different.
I think it's literally called Serpent's
Dragon's
Gate.
head. Right there. Right there. Right there. Now, if you think some of this talk about we walk upon dragons and there being pre-Earth before the Bible is crazy, I really encourage you to go check this book out. It's amazing. He does a great job, like I said, of outlining it with scripture to back it up. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I know that this is just an easier way to depict Antarctica, to make it a circle, and dragons didn't exist. Now, this one in Utah, it's pareidolia, and even though they call it Dragon Canyon Head, it's just a coincidence. Just like it's a coincidence that a snake tongue perfectly goes through the logo, and that the head of a snake or serpent, that old dragon, lines up perfectly with that one. And again, that's just pareidolia too. We definitely don't walk upon dragons, and there's definitely not a firmament, even though these guys sure claim to know there is. And someone on the maps probably just drew that in for funsies. And this isn't really Navy footage from 1957. nope, I'm sure they just faked it and labeled it that way for entertainment purposes only, people.
Now, I know everybody don't agree with this type of stuff, but I think it's very interesting because when you look at the Chinese zodiac signs, they're all real animals except for the dragon. So the dragon's the only one that's not real, but the rest of them are. I think they used to be real, but they're not around anymore. And with the ice wall, there's literally a gate that they call the Serpent's Gate. So I don't know, you don't have to agree with any of this stuff, but it's definitely something to think about. Alright you guys, that's going to be it for the video today. If you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, you know, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.